internationalize your brand. This is a big step because you've got your country well sorted out, you've got another one, maybe you've got a third one, and now you want to launch in the whole world. We have to come back to the thing that people, the company, the brand, and the people behind us is extremely important. You don't take a third party to run your business. So again, it's very costly, but it's very important. You've got to carry your culture, you've got to carry the brand, and you've got to be sure that it stands anywhere in the world. So IP is most important because, as you know, Chinese might start making a product like yours and call it the same, and it starts being muddled. You know, many people already wore a watch which is not a watch. Maybe it tells the time but doesn't go in the water. The same with your product. You don't want to really go in the market and suddenly see your product being used and it's not yours. And it's happened to us. It's not very comfortable. And it's an expensive process because when you want to do an IP around the world, every country is separate. You also have to be extremely careful and be sure that the quality assurance standard in your company is aligned with the rest of the world. There are different quality assurances. Go to the highest one, and then you know you're covered. You're covered for Japan, you're covered for the US, and you're covered for the UK. It's very important because you don't want to visit it again and again each time you've got a new country on board, as well as all the visitors coming to you. You want to be sure that you've got all the ticks, which means that you can actually give it to McDonald's if you want to. You know, so you've got to be up there. You also have to be sure that your facility can cope with the extra production. You know, China, if you need three containers a month, that's a huge, expansion for what you had when you only had one container a month that you're sending. You have to be very careful that you don't overstretch yourself. It sounds obvious, but when a day comes and you can't send and you're late and so on, it's not a very comfortable position to be here. So you want to be 100% sure there. And the third thing, the last thing is really having good partners within New Zealand, partners within the world, and that you always bring them with you, as well as the banks. The banks have to understand your story. They have to be behind you. Otherwise, they won't lend you. And from experience, we always spoke to the bank. Bad times, good times, we always explained what's happening to us, and then we were sure that they will understand, and if they're comfortable with our story, they will give us funds.